What's up, guys? Welcome back to Chris Lake's Cars. Here we are today in my $500 1987 BMW E30. I'm just gonna give you guys a quick update on what's been happening. I did post a short firing up the car. I finally got her started. She fires up at ease now. Had to put in some new fuel, fill her up with some oil, and just wished myself luck and prayed everything was good. So on a good note, we got her running, fortunately. However, this is the next step. It is an auto tragic, and the bad part about this auto tragic is that it decided to leave the chat. It's officially cooked. I mean, for me it's cooked. I really don't know how to work on automatics. I know she's low on fluid, so I've been contemplating whether I should mess with it and see if I get it running and driving with the auto, or I should just skip all this and go straight to the manual swap. As you can see, still some work in progress. Car seat's not bolted in yet because I do want to pull the carpet out at some point. The issue with the automatic trans is I shift, I'll put it in gear and then I'll accelerate and nothing happens. It just doesn't grab. But it's okay. I'm not too concerned about it. In my short, she didn't have the M-Tech steering wheel in it. I had actually lent it to a friend of mine. We accidentally broke his OEM wheel here at the garage and he had to get home somehow. So the wheel's back. Learned something new too. This is actually a really rare steering wheel for the E30s. Check the eBay, you're looking at anywhere from $300 to $700 depending on the condition. So definitely holding on to this. We still have our panels. Everything's almost done. I put that panel back on in the back. That one was originally off for the longest time. So that one's all nice and snug. Just got to put the rest of the trim on, because I did go over the trim in black as well. Give it a nice shine, newer look. Aside from that, I do remember telling you guys I had a whole bunch of parts in the trunk. Didn't say they were good new parts, but there's definitely other parts in here. So got some goodies. You might not be able to tell, but I can. Got some E36 M3 brake calipers in here. Clutch fans. That's probably an old water pump. Got the clutch itself, power steering. Some of these parts are older. However, they could definitely be salvaged and I could get good use out of them without paying, the E30 tax on parts, because everything's getting harder to source. And if you do find it, everybody's asking a good premium top dollar for it. Hopefully once I get the car driving, I can get the rest of the paint this nice. It's probably like the cleanest painted part on the car at the moment. But she's still solid, body straight, aside from my little boo-boo here. I don't know if you guys watched the first video, but somebody hit and run the fender, which it is what it is. Going back to the engine, I really haven't done much. Aside from the prior video, I sourced these bolts right here. Then I have my air box, which is currently off. I took it off to work on these hoses. So when I fired up the car, this blue hose right here was just spewing out oil like it was his job. I mean, I know BMWs leak oil, but that was ridiculous. So I got a Home Depot fitting that's in here, pipe fitting, and I connected the hose. I had to put a new one on because this is so brittle and so dry. I'm not even sure these are meant for oil. I don't think these are the original hoses. From what I saw down there, it looks like somebody put these hoses on because one of these lines broke. The original black line broke. And on the other hand, that's going to be eliminated once it becomes a manual trans, probably a new radiator, a manual radiator. Aside from that, one beautiful thing was it didn't leak coolant. She fired up with no coolant leaks whatsoever. Still has coolant in this bad boy, which I'll probably replace this as well down the road. I already replaced a bunch of hoses here, distributor cap. One thing I did do to get this car fired up, because this car wasn't running for years, you know, and I'm not sure how many years, but the inspection sticker on it's from 2009. So that might have been the last time it ran. So what I did was I poured new gas in and shook the car up, like leaned on it. You know how you like test your suspension out, you push down on it a few times. I did that with a little bit of muscle, and I could hear the gasoline splashing around because at first, the first few cranks I gave it, it wasn't starting. Also, before I did attempt to start the car, I did pull each individual spark plug out. So I went down the line, pulled each spark plug out, and I poured a little bit of oil in each of the holes to lubricate the top end. You know, I did not want to seize this engine, and I definitely didn't spin it from the crank either. You can spin it from the crank. That's one way to make sure it doesn't seize up. Aside from that, just got some vacuum leaks that I need to work out. Still got to figure out the cables, but the car is like, it runs. It turns on first try, no hesitation, just a vacuum leak. You can definitely hear it. And I never really looked underneath the car, but I found out that it's got a muffler delete. So, you know, that sounds amazing. Just kidding. Just kidding. Not yet, at least. And yeah, here she is. Still got to get some tires. Tires are dry rotted. Definitely can't be rocking out on those. As you can see, this one's just non-existent almost. I do have style 42 wheels for it, which are two-piece BBS wheels that are OEM wheels for BMWs, which I think would look nice. I would just have to convert it to a 5-lug, which I do have the conversion in the trunk in there somewhere. But as of now, here we are. You know, give me a couple more days to prep and a few more dollars to stash away, and we'll probably gotta jump into the manual swap, and hopefully I can finally drive this thing. Anyways, that's your update, guys. Thanks for watching. Tune in. I'm gonna try my best to get more footage along the process.